Hello friends, मैं हूं उदयेंद्र. Friends, today we should, I think, talk about little bit the state of our economy, the situation of Indian economy, and the global situations, economic situations. I was reading today the newspaper, Financial Times. I got the some worrisome news from that newspaper because of there was uh, written. The message was the economy of Germans and UK and entire European Union is right now facing the recession. There is no hope they have uh, in future 2 and 3 years ahead. They don't see any light in their economy. China is also facing some sort of economic challenges. Since COVID, they stopped everything approximately 2.5 years. As a result, the downturn of economy of China and US too is facing challenges. And US did revive their economy uh, by, I would say that the war of Ukraine, because the security industrial complex, defense industrial complex, the manufacturing of weapons in US, those who funded the Ukraine, they pumped a lot of money into their manufacturing base. Then the US economy actually revived because of that reason. And it is right now growing at stage 2 and 3%. But they will also face some hardship in future as well. If these, why I'm uh, telling you, there is a reason for that. If there is no economy, you know, in the developed world, the economic growth in the developed world, they will then our export would be actually get impacted by that. Okay. Otherwise, India would have to find out next market for their export. So India that's why seeking the Africa as well as South America at the same time. Key economies in Africa, just like South Africa as well as Nigeria, and Prime Minister also went very recently to Guyana and the Caribbean nations as well. So there is no complete cutoff disengagement of these developed nations, yeah, European as well as the US economy. With the US, we have actually increased our export 18%. So in that setup, if you compare to the data of October 2023 and 2024, you will get the 18% of export, increase of export, 18%, 18% increase, $33.43 billion merchandise export in October 2023 and the financial and this October 2024, the 39.20 billion US dollar. The export was India's export. क्योंकि हमारा मैथ कमजोर है तो लेकिन ये 18% के करीब बनता है ना मर्चेंडाइल एक्सपोर्ट तो 18% ग्रोथ रेट काफ़ी बेहतरीन है। और जबकि मैंने जब इस डेटा को पढ़ा कि यूरोप में चीज़ें रिसेशन में होने वाली हैं, तो डेफ़िनेटली उससे मुझे प्रॉब्लम हुई। लेकिन इंडिया क्लेवरली drive their, this trajectory. Right now we have our two neighbors, Pakistan as well as Bangladesh, facing the, you know, challenges, their turmoil, political turmoil, as well as result into the economic downfall or the recession that may lead the bleeding of Indian economy as well in future, because there is would be export impact. So if you export impacts, increases, then there is a internal economy. Okay, then there is a job creation, then there is investment, then there is a entire cycle, economic cycle, revival of economic cycle. Our economy and export to GDP ratio is very limited. Our GDP is reaching to $4 trillion, but export is 450 million, sorry, $1 billion maximum. So if I calculated 450 billion dollar with 4 trillion, okay, you will get it very marginal number. So 25-36% is not very lucrative, because we have internal consumption, a lot of internal consumption, we producing it and consuming it. So that's why our economy is growing at rate of 6.6%, 6.5, even 5%, if more than 5%, if our GDP is going year by year, then that is good, because world is facing recession after COVID, and the war is going on around the world. We have appetite for economic growth because we have larger population in the world. So these population are hungry for to get their development. Okay, so they have the aspiration, they have a vision. That's why they are continuously working. They are exploring new avenues. So in the India, there is a appetite for growth. So definitely, growth is driven by two factors, internal as well as external. Internal factors driven by all the, including what I'm talking about, everything, addition of every activities. So consumption, revival of consumption, the private investment, the appetite of the people, adding all the components together. Okay, so that's the develop our economy, and investment as foreign investment as well. Okay, sorry. So this is actually the state of our economic affair. So let me tell you some data about the, because I very much less touch in my videos about economic status, so my viewers must have to know about how India's economy is growing. Very recently, the our RBI Monetary Policy Committee proclaimed that the Indian GDP gone down in second quarter to 5.4% they reached. The previously in the start of this financial year in first of April, the RBI has actually said that they projected the GDP of this particular financial year 7.2%. But right now, because of the headwind the economy is facing, so RBI withdrew their projections and set forth 6.6%. The next uh, prediction, 6.6% of GDP this annual financial year. So we will see that the revival of economy, the shrink of the economy this quarter in quarter second was because of the many reasons they told. Uh, but somebody is saying that definitely it is right. If there is no economy, the private profitability go down, and the investment will suffer. And as a result, many rating agencies also predicting India. But I would say that 6.5% it would be the India's growth rate this financial year, according to me. But many body is saying that yes, we will reach 6.8, 6.6, 6.2. What we will see it, it would be definitely above the 6.5%, no doubt about that. Okay, because we are hungry. Okay, we have the appetite to, you know, uh, so these are the factors. Capital expenditure is very important by the government. Government is set forth 11.11 trillion dollar infrastructure projects. So they have expanded their half of the infrastructure capital expenditure. They have expended in. Uh, they have done expenditure uh, in half of the year. The half uh, expenditure they have already done, and half they will uh, done in uh, next uh, half of the financial year. So when the government does expenditure, they revive actually economy because they pump a lot of money into the economy, and if the people have money, they will buy the products. Okay, as a result, then as a result, it will translate into the revival of the wheel of the economy. Okay, it like act as a grease or the traction force. Okay, so the government is a driving force. They pump up money. Uh, they have various agenda through and they are directly sending money to the bank's accounts of the people to revive the economy, to revive the consumption. If there is a consumption in the market, then there is a economic cycle. Okay, so these are the factors. Government does investing a lot. We have, uh, I think, 34 trillion rupee. The budget was, I think, budget was just 34 trillion approximate. Yes, 34 trillion. We had the budget this financial year, central budget I'm talking about in rupee term. Okay, so everything, every money that we spent actually government, the B means government. Does expenditure in that translates into the revival of economy as a result. So definitely we have a bright future ahead, but definitely Indian economy is facing two challenges because of the global headwind. The people right now discussing about the US and China, US China trade war, what impact it would had to India, what impact it would be on India. That's a very nice question. If these two giants, economic giants, will fight, the China will suffer definitely. They are. That's why I think there was the reason for that. For why China settled the border dispute with India, and they want the integration of economic integration because they know that India have market, a lot of market with immediate neighbor there, so they can increase their export. Okay, they know it very well. So if there is a war kind of situation with India, then India will put forth checks and balance to the import of China. So the Chinese import will suffer. So they want to actually get some favor. Unnecessary war for what? Okay, so that's why I think they withdrew. That was economic compulsion they faced. I think that's the very logical way. So, so thank you very much for watching. Uh, Many development day to day is going on. Uh, Many things going on. Yes, many things. Very recently, the Switzerland also stripped out the EFTA, some clause, the double taxation avoidance agreements. They have also done with India 30 years ago. They had done with India 30 years ago. Right now, they have given the most favored nation status to India. And as a result, India was getting some favor into the Switzerland, Indian investment getting some taxation favors in Switzerland. But if that is stripped out, then they will face the taxation as well. As a result, that may impact the Indian investment there. So their profit would be, chopped off some degree. So there, then definitely the Indian investors will face some degree of problem there. Okay, so there is various phenomenon economic going on. So let me stay tuned, connected with me. We will talk about later about in great detail of economy. If you want to, what kind of topic discussion you want to know about, you have to uh, comment on that topic. Then we would have definitely make some interesting video about that because I don't know what my viewers want to see, want to get the news. So that's why I took, according to my uh, assumption, the topics selection based on my assumption. Otherwise, it would be based on people's assumption what they want to see. So I don't dance, and I love music, but I don't dance and music. Okay, because my voice is I know not doing well. So definitely, what I do enjoy in the Hindi poetry kavya, which I make the video. If you like it, you have to connect it with me and roam with me. We will enjoy in great length our cultural revival. No? So thank you very much for that.